So, I was asked to do a video about fragrances that were good for a man in his 40s, and over. So, I managed to find 5. Want to know what those 5 fragrances are that I think are really, really good for a man in his 40s? Well, come back and I'll tell you all about it. What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Dre Sense here. Listen, I've got a little bit of a video for you, a little bit of a discussion for you today. You know how we do it here on my channel. I was asked to do a video about fragrances that I felt were good for men in their 40s. Now, this is just my collection. None of these are overly expensive. Some of them are a little bit more pricey than others. None of them are overly expensive. One niche in the house, but it's not a very expensive niche. Just fragrances that I think are just good for a guy in his 40s. No further ado, let's get right to it. First one, man, this is a great smelling fragrance. Chanel Allure Home. Why do I think this one is good for a man in his 40s? Well, I'll tell you why. For one, it's Chanel. You got to have a little bit of coin in your pocket to be able to afford Chanel. Not everybody wears
and the reverb
Chanel products.
I am doing my best to figure out what it's called.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm rich. I'm not saying that everybody that has this is rich. What I am saying is this is not your average, everyday, run-of-the-mill designer house. Chanel products are really, really close to niche. It's probably about as close to niche that you can get and still be in designer. Especially with products like Bleu de Chanel, whether it's the EDT, the EDP, or the Parfum, whether it's Chanel Allure Home, Chanel Allure Home Sport, Chanel Cologne, Chanel Home Cologne, whichever one you get, they're all really, really well made. They all smell amazing. They're all a little bit pricey, but you're not gonna find many teenage boys running to the mall to pick up Chanel. You're just not. Normally it's an older person, a guy at least in his 30s. But this scent is nice. It's citrusy, it's fresh, it's sporty, it's sexy, it's romantic. A lot like us guys when we get to our 40s. We're all of that. You know what I'm saying? We're still young. We're a little bit playful, but we're aged a little bit. So we figured a few things out, like, you know, how to talk to women. We've got all that figured out by the time we get to this age. You know, when I was in my 20s, I thought I knew how to talk to a lady, but I didn't. I was young and probably overconfident. But as a man in his 40s, you know, I know how to approach a lady. You know, I know how to engage in conversation and all that, you know. Simple and plain. And this is a fragrance that I think well represents a man in his 40s because it's a very well-rounded fragrance. I think it's more suitable for the slightly warmer weather, but you can wear anything, any time of the year that you want to. This has got a sweetness that I think would be just fine on a cold night as well. This fragrance will be good to wear to the office. If you wanted to wear Chanel to the gym, you could, and it would be perfect on a date. Very well-rounded fragrance, just like us men in our 40s should be. Chanel Allure Home. All right, the next one. This one is one of my favorite fragrances, and it was on my wish list. I was blessed by Jacari Pike, JP Frags, to get this fragrance, and it is Mancera's Red Tobacco. Why did I put this one on the list? Well, when I was a younger guy, I may have followed the crowd a little bit. Not a lot, because to be honest with you, I've probably been in my own lane since I was 14 or 15 years old. That's just who I was. I just didn't really fit in with everybody, so I just made my own way. Spent a lot of time by myself and alone, but that's just the way it is. So why did I put Mancera's Red Tobacco in there? Because even though this fragrance smells good, it's different. It's different. It's not like anything else on the market. As a matter of fact, I don't know anything else out there that smells like red tobacco. Period, point blank. I mean, I don't know of anything that you could probably take 3 or 4 fragrances and mix them together and layer them and get close. But the tobacco note in this is so strong and masculine that I don't think you're going to be able to duplicate it. Red tobacco is just one of those fragrances that if you want it, you got to buy it. That's just that. That's just that. And it smells good. It's strong. It's masculine. It's challenging. To me, it's a fragrance that a person that knows what they want out of life and knows where they're going in life wears this. I don't think this is for the weak at heart. This is not one of those mass appealing, club bangers or one of those fragrances that you're going to smell on everybody. The non-cologne people, when they ask you, what is that fragrance that you're wearing? What scent is that? And you say, it's Mancera's red tobacco. They're going to go, oh, because 9 times out of 10, they're not going to have heard of this fragrance or this house or anything. So I think that is a great fragrance for a man in his 40s to wear, because it's just going to make him stand out. It's going to be different. It's going to give him more of an identity of who he is along the lines of when it comes to fragrances. Now, that's just my opinion. Mancera's red tobacco, it's just different. And when we get to our 40s, we're different. We don't hang out as much as we used to. We're not in the clubbing as much as we used to. We're more grounded. We're all of those things. And I think this fragrance right here is a perfect representative of that, or at least it is for me in my life. Now, the next one on this list, it's a little bit of a controversial fragrance in the sense that not everybody likes it, but to me, again, this is a great designer house, high-end designer, and it is from the house of Dior, and it's Dior Sauvage, and this is the Parfum. I'm sorry, I stand corrected. This is the EDP. The reason that I put this one on this list, simple and plain. Chicks love it. The chicks dig it. Women love this fragrance. Not exactly sure why. I like the scent. I think it's a great scent. But it is a, I don't want to say it's challenging, because Mancera's red tobacco would be challenging. I guess the word for this would be mass appealing, but to me it is a little bit daring. It is not the average everyday run-of-the-mill scent. Yeah. It's a good scent. It smells good, but the main thing is women like it. So if you're a single man like me, you're single and in your 40s, you want something that is gonna go a long way as far as performance. You want something that is gonna garner you some compliments and get you some attention. Like if you're going out on a first date, this would be a good one to wear. She's gonna think you smell good. She's gonna sniff you all night, and she's gonna want to come closer. Is it a romantic type of date night fragrance? No, it's not. It's not. If you were to go out to a bar, is it one that you would stand out? You would stand out because they're gonna smell you from way across the room. You won't stand out as in the fact that you're gonna be different, because there'll probably be 3 or 4 people in there wearing this fragrance, because for some reason this is one that if you go to talk to the lady at the kiosk in the mall, or you go into Dillard's or what's the other one? Belk's. They're going to hand you. This is going to be one of the first fragrances that they push on you. And we're like, have you smelled Sauvage? But nonetheless, I think if you're a man in your 40s, I think this is right up your alley. Yes, there may be some younger guys wear it, but they're only wearing it because it's popular. They're not wearing it because they've grown into it and they've developed a nose for fragrances and are really kind of tired of the bubblegummy, juvenile, super duper sweet type of stuff, and want something that's still young and playful, but at the same time masculine. I think this right here is a good one. Sauvage, the EDP. To me, this cologne does say I mean business. And the EDP is a little bit softer of a projector than the EDT. So, the EDT really means business. That stuff will project from across the street. This one is a little bit more chill. And this one wears off a little bit faster, even though it's the EDP. The EDT to me gets better longevity and better performance, but this one just is a little bit richer and deeper, a little bit more thoughtful, which is what we should be as men in our 40s, just a little bit more thoughtful. Sauvage from Dior, the EDP. Got 2 more on the list. Another one that is just an absolute lady killer, and don't get this wrong. If you're a married man and you're watching this video, you still want to smell good for your lady. I mean, you just do. You just do. Several females that I have dated in the past before I got married. Actually, I ran into one of my exes since I've gotten divorced, and that was one of the first things she said. She said, "You didn't recognize me?" And I was like, I didn't. I hadn't seen you in 10, 15 years. She's like, "Well, I knew it was you when you walked by because I smelled cologne." And I was like, "Oh." And she's like, "And I remembered you always did love fragrances. You always liked to smell good." So what I'm saying is, just because you're married doesn't mean that you can't smell good, and it doesn't mean that you can't involve your wife in it. It's even more fun when the person that you love and care about and cherish is a part of it. So, no further ado, the fragrance that I feel like a man in his 40s should wear, and it's a really inexpensive one now. It's getting easy to find, and it's Wanted from the house of Allure. This is one that is really, really, really nice. Yes, it is very mass appealing. Yes, oh my goodness. There are several fragrances out there that will get you in the ballpark of this, but this is one. And again, the ladies will love to smell this on you. It is a compliment getter. It does not smell cheap and inexpensive at all. And did I say this was Wanted by Night? I'm not sure if I said this was Wanted or Wanted by Night. This is Wanted by Night. If I said Wanted, please forgive me and I stand corrected. This is Wanted by Night, which is the EDP version. And it is, again, I hate to keep using the same words, but it's deeper, it's darker, and it's richer. It just has a more dense smell to it. And just as that one little spray has filled up the room, guys, I'm telling you, women really react to this fragrance. So whether it's your wife, your significant other, your fiance, just a chick you're dating, whatever, she will like to smell this on you. And this is also a very versatile fragrance. It's one of those fragrances that you can wear in the winter. You can wear it in the summer. If you wear it in the summer, my suggestion is it probably should be at night, and you should maybe tone down your sprays a little bit, maybe one or two, maybe 2 sprays, where in the wintertime, 4 or 5 sprays, maybe even 6 will go. Summertime, 2, 3 at the most, and you're good with this one. But this is a very mass appealing fragrance. It's masculine, it's got some sweetness to it. It smells very modern, very easy to wear. And I've seen this at places like TJ Maxx. I want to say Marshalls, I'm not sure about Ross, but it's always in the $50 and down range for a 100 ml. And if you look on places like Macari and eBay and places like that, you can get it for around 30 bucks. So Allure's Wanted by Night. Wanted by Night. Great fragrance. I think it smells really, really good. And yeah, very mass appealing, very easy to wear. People will think you smell good with it on. The next one and the last one, because I only did 5 on this list, is to me one of the most beautiful fragrances that I've owned. It's also made by a beautiful person, a guy that is extremely kind to us small-time reviewers. Have I given it away yet? From the house of Zaharoff. It is Signature Per Home. Why did I put this one on the list? Simple. You got a job interview. You got a wedding. You're getting married. Anniversary dinner. Parents' anniversary dinner. Anything that you want to make an impression and you want to stand out and smell like a man, but not like, you know, brute aftershave or anything. Not that there's anything wrong with anything from Fabergé, but I'm just simply saying, if you want to smell good, but you don't want to smell like, you know, you've been standing outside by the campfire all day, but you still want to smell like a man, but you want to smell like a man with some taste, some class, and some sophistication. Yeah. Signature Per Home. I mean, it is just a beautiful, well-blended, easy to wear fragrance. It does have a bit of a barbershop feel, but it's so smooth and toned down with it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I probably shouldn't say this on camera, but it is what it is. Have you ever had a shot of good apple moonshine or something like that? I mean, just a little shot, you know, and it hits you right here. As Martin used to say when he drank the champagne, it hits you, but it's so smooth that you just like, man, I can't even be mad at that. It's got just that little kick, but the smoothness in it, you're just like, man, that's so smooth. I'm talking about it's so smooth. You look at the cup when you get through. Maybe I'm the only person that does that, because I know my wonderful subs will never drink any moonshine. Anyway, back on track. This is just a beautiful, smooth, easy to wear, but at the same time, sophisticated, classy, and still masculine. And it's hard to get all of that in a fragrance, but you can get it in this one. think this bottle cost you about 150 bucks, but I promise you it's worth it. It's well worth it. I mean, this is just to me the apex of cologne. It's just at the top of my list, and for a lot of different reasons. A lot of them I just named, but one, it's like, to me, this fragrance took everything that's good about cologne and embodied it. To me, that's just what it does. Is this one I would wear to the beach? No, it's not necessarily that. It's very much of a business, serious type of scent, but you could wear it anywhere you wanted to. If you wanted to wear it to the beach, you could. It certainly would smell good if that Gulf breeze caught it. It would certainly smell good. As every time I move my hands, I'm picking up on that wanted by night that's in the air. That stuff really fills a room, and it smells really, really good. But this one, man, it's just a classy fragrance, and I love the colors of purple. Always reminded me of royalty, but nonetheless, Mr. George Zaharoff, classy guy, made a very classy fragrance. So yeah, I really dig this one a lot. I really dig this one a lot, and I wore this a lot on special occasions. All right, y'all. Thank you for stopping by. We'll give a shout out real quick to a couple of reviewers. JP Frags. Please go check his channel out. Manuel from Manuel's House from Aromas. Y'all check Manuel out. These guys are trying to get to 200 now. Russell Mack, Solomon's Vineyard. Y'all go check him out. A new one that you guys need to be on the lookout for. He's a guy from over the pond. His name is Rayon, AQI. Check him out. He's got some pretty good content. Does a lot of editing, all that stuff y'all like. He does. Reviews a little bit of everything. He's trying to get to 100. Let's help him get to that point. Okay, guys. Masked Man Reviews. Y'all check him out. He's a pretty good guy. Does pretty good reviews. You know, he's been very kind to me. He and I conversate a lot. You know, even a little. Well, I wouldn't say a lot. We conversate. Well, conversate a decent amount. You know, we've been talking about them old donk Chevys, you know, and stuff like that, getting off of the fragrance subject. Some of the guys I talk to, we do talk about more than just fragrances. But if you find the time, please go check any of those guys out. I apologize for not putting pictures up here, but, you know, it is what it is. But go check those guys out. They have good content, good channels. They're really, really good reviewers, and I think you will like them all. Anyway, thank you for stopping by. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. I am on the hunt for 1,300 subs. I'm about 40 shy. So if there's a chance that you've watched some of my content and just hadn't subbed yet, please consider giving me a sub. Just consider it. If I haven't earned that right yet, I definitely understand. I will stay humble and keep grinding to earn your sub. But if you like my stuff, not only sub, but give me a good old thumbs up and share my stuff. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have any familiarity with any of these fragrances, please be sure to leave it in the comments below. Also, feel free to leave any suggestions of videos that you may want to see in the comments below as well. Thank you for stopping by. I've taken up enough of your time. Until next time, y'all. Peace.